Hi, this is Nikki, and I'm here to share the messages that I get from Spirit and from all of our higher selves that are on this journey to unconditional love. And so, what I want to share is what I saw in healings yesterday. And so, it's very much I had some past life healings where there were siblings together in past lives, and amazingly, the lady that was for, she had just the same week she had a recollection of the same past life, but just a different scene from that past life. So it was quite amazing confirmation. The other thing, seen an analogy of where energy's at. So for the divine feminine, it's very much head over heart, and sort of going into that sense of doubt. And so it's about clearing the fears. So I'm going to put a link into the Leo King's astrology for this month, because we're going into the full moon, and it's all about fighting the fear and doing it, right? And taking risks with your life. And so what's happening at the moment is that because we're not seeing it, because for a lot of us, then our divine masculines are pushing us away, and saying things or doing things to push us away, and because of that, it's moving us into fear and doubt. And so in all of the healings, then there were different sort of analogies, but the most powerful one was they were on a pogo stick together, and they were bouncing on a pogo stick. Now, to go both together on a pogo stick, imagine how much teamwork that involves. You know, just to balance on a pogo stick, the two of you together would take incredible, teamwork in order to do that. So they were doing that, but there were two roads. On one road, they were doing it into sand along a beach, and of course, if you try and pogo stick into sand, then you don't get very far very quick. And the other was the road was tarmac, and so of course on the tarmac they could go quickly. Now, these two parallel roads, one was driven by the brain and the head, which was the sand, and then the other was driven by the heart, which is obviously the tarmac. And so it was basically an analogy of showing head over heart. And effectively what happens with your timeline, because if you're moving into your head a lot, then you're dipping into the sand. And when you dip into the sand, you don't move very fast, if at all. And then if you move back into your head, then you go back onto your fast track because you're pogo sticking on the tarmac. So, of course, very, very strong analogy of what we, very clear guidance about what we need to be doing. Because what happens at the end is that they get to the finish line, and the path, basically, the path sort of lit up into gold, right? And also there was this sense of sliding doors. Now, if you've watched the film Sliding Doors, it's about different timelines and what would happen if they'd met at different times. Basically, parallel lives. And so that was why the analogies have been quite powerful about showing, actually, the quickest way for you to, because a lot of people have focused on time as well. I've suddenly been getting, tell me when I'm coming into my union. And I'm like, I can't, because there is no sense of time, because you're already together, right? You're already together in the heart. So very often if you have a reading, the energies will be that you're together, right? Or it will be very soon, or, because there is really, that's why with all readings, you have to take time. Time is something that you can't really focus on. So what I can see is I can see on a roadmap, if I put in if I have the intent, can I see a roadmap of where your journey is? I can see on what bend of the journey you're in. So if there's 3 bends, I can see if you're coming out of the second or on the third or whatever. But that doesn't correlate to time. And so if you think about it on a timely, in sense of time, it also kind of moves you away from the heart, right? So definitely what I saw yesterday was very much about staying in your heart, and knowing that when you're in your heart, that is your quickest route. Just if you're going into your head, just think about that. Imagine you're on a pogo stick with your twin, and you're in it together with your energies, balancing your energies together. And when you're balancing your energies together, you're living from your heart, because you don't have any fears or you know, those fears go, and you know, the fears are what create the you know yourself, you know that when you can feel it in your body when you have those fears creep in. So it's about releasing those fears so that you're on the pogo stick together. And then just imagine, as you go into fear, you're basically trying to pogo stick in the sand, right? Whereas if you're in your heart, you're pogo sticking to the finish line on the tarmac. So that's the analogy that was coming through. Again, there was lots of different things, but that was the most powerful one that I just thought, wow, that's a very clever way of showing me. So yeah, the other thing that came through is this song, because you know, I know that a lot of divine counterparts, you know, are giving, let's just say, the runaround a little bit. And so people, I've had a few emails saying, I'm ready to give up. And I'm saying, don't give up. Don't give up. God, don't last this long and then give up at this stage. I mean, it's so, you know, when I say about time, but equally, you know, in the big scheme of things, it's so close, right? Because actually, you know, you're already in union in the heart, right? That's the other thing. You can't really give up on this journey because they're always part of you. They're always in your heart. So it's more about not focusing on the twin flame journey so much, to be honest, and just having just you looking after you and having a really good time and kind of putting this to the back of your mind. I know that's so much easier to say than done, but at the same time, you can do it if you're living from the heart and just knowing they're there and feeling their presence and chatting to them, and you know, just living with the twin spirit. Living with the twin spirit is so exciting and so amazing, and it does take the edge off because you don't have to focus on what the other one's doing. The other one. That's why I call mine 1 and 2, because you know, I hang out with 1 all the time and I occasionally get to see 2. Oh dear, it's a mad world, isn't it? Okay, so this is the song. It is Don't Let Me Be, and this is them to you. Baby, do you understand me now? Sometimes I feel a little mad, but don't you know that no one alive can always be an angel? When things go wrong, I seem to be bad, but I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. Baby, sometimes I'm so carefree, with a joy that's hard to hide. And sometimes it seems that all I have to do is worry, and then you're bound to see me on the other side. But I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh please, Lord, don't let me be misunderstood. If I seem edgy, I want you to know that I never mean to take it out on you. Life has its problems and I get my share. And that's one thing I never meant to do because I love you. Oh, baby, don't you know I'm human? Have thoughts like any other one. And sometimes I find myself long regretting some foolish thing and some little things I've done. But I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. So please don't let me be misunderstood, because I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. And they are on their way back to you. So that's why, you know, you have to do your best to ignore what's happening in this physical reality, because you are grounding the energies of as above, so below. So you're bringing into your reality the higher dimensions, right? What you've opened up to your spirit. And so, of course, they are going through their own process, and they will come to meet you at the finish line to go through the finish line together, right? That's what you signed up for, because you're signed up to get through the finish line, to go on a golden path, to then raise the planet in love and light. So it is destiny. It's written in the stars. You are literally, you know, you can't ever get away from being a twin flame. It's always, always in your heart. So the best thing you can do, and it is really to live by the heart. Talk to your twin spirit. Cultivate the twin spirit relationship. You know, feel their presence. You know, live like you're with them, because you are with them. And the more you do that, the more strong and powerful that is. And then the less there is that craving. Of course, you're always, you know, it depends what's coming up, but there is always that, you know, you want to touch, feel, and everything, but you can feel their energy. So it takes the edge off. And remember that lots of people are having the same experiences, right? So I see lots of emails coming through saying exactly the same thing. And I'm also experiencing the same thing, which is why I can say, don't worry, stay out of your head, into your heart. Remember, you are both on a pogo stick together. You're both doing the race. Teamwork makes the dream work. Stay out of the sand and go onto the tarmac. All right, well, I hope that helps. Take care. Bye. Oh, if you want to come to me for healing or to join the crystal grid, then please do, because it's amazing. You receive pieces of rose quartz, which I infuse with the energies. And then when you meditate with that and have the intent to send unconditional love out, the rose quartz is literally grounding. And the crystal grid is all based around the forest lovers who are entwined together for eternity around the oak tree. And the oak tree using the roots of the true wisdom to actually really, really pull this into our physical presence. As well as that, the healing that I do, it's a Reiki healing, so I connect to your energies and I give you a write-up of everything I see. I see everything like a film, and I give you a mantra, and then also I give you a mantra and a 3-card angel read. As well as that, I also do energy oracle reads as well, using an energy oracle deck. It's not tarot, it is energy, so I'm reading the energies between you and your twin. All right, well, if you would like any of those, then please come to me. I'm doing specials at the moment. It's only £20. And then you can have buy 2, get 3, buy 3, get 4. And you can mix them between healings and readings. A magic 7, because it's the 7th month. If you buy 7, you get 10. And then you can intersperse them and have 1 a week or whatever you want. All right, well, I hope that helps. And remember, we're coming into the full moon. It's all about fighting that fear, being courageous in love, being the love warrior, living from your heart, going for it, really, really choosing the life that you want for you. And the twin spirit will help you because they're in your heart. When you're in your heart, you're in your most powerful point of creation. So that's why the twin spirit guidance is always to say, be in your heart. That's where I am. That's where we create the life of our dreams, because teamwork makes the dream work. All right, take care. Bye.